Hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is when you're catching me live. My name is Linda Ibelis, and I am the Femme Disruptor. And if you're new to my world, then stick around if you want to level up. I am the creator of Iconic, Unstoppable, The Power Table, Sales Dominatrix, and The House of Icons. And I love working with women who are done being the version of themselves that everybody else wanted them to be. And they know that they have something bigger inside of them. And the reason they're feeling unfulfilled is because they're stuck performing a role that they've already outgrown or is no longer theirs. Now, I talk about women, but of course, this applies to men too. When you are a man and you're feeling unfulfilled in whatever you're doing, or you're feeling like you don't know, you don't have passion, or you might even think as a man that you're depressed or that you don't know what your purpose is, it's probably because you are tied into an identity. You're still performing an identity, a role of something that's no longer serving you, a version of you that no longer is. And so we keep ourselves in prisons, in like these little self-made prisons, when we refuse to listen to the little voice. When I was raising my kids, I used to tell them, hey, ooh, let me see if you guys can hear me. My microphone was way up here. My bad. I hope that you guys could hear me. Ooh. Anyway, I'm not going to start again. I'm not going to restart this live stream. When I was raising my kids, I would tell them, hey, we all have a little voice. And that little voice, unless you take pills for the voices in your head, which that would be schizophrenia, unless you're schizophrenic, do not pay attention to the voices. But if you're not schizophrenic, usually that little voice that God gave us, Christians call it the Holy Spirit. Some people call it premonition. Other people call it intuition, and other people call it the little voice. But that little voice is hardly ever wrong. So listen to it. When you're not listening to it, that's when you become unfulfilled and you're like, why isn't I feel like I'm unhappy? I feel like I'm stuck and I want to make money, or I want to do all these things and they're not jiving. That's probably it. All right. So you might be noticing that my energy is not as pumped. And that is because I had some dental work done today. And I'm still feeling like, well, the numbing stuff is wearing off. And I literally would love to just go to sleep right now because I'm feeling a little pain where they pricked me. But I'm not, because in about an hour and a half, I have dance lessons. So I'm going to do this live stream though, because I said I would be showing up live every day. I made a commitment to do that, even though I hadn't told you guys. So I'll be here live every day, at least for the rest of this month. So I titled this, who do you attract when you embody the results that your clients want? Well, I want to use a current client of mine, for example. Um, she and her husband, they have a program for couples, and it's called, I'm not going to say what it's called. And they have an amazing program for couples. And they've been promoting this program for a few weeks now, and they weren't getting any traction. And so I was looking at their stories, because this particular client is super engaged in her stories on all social media platforms. And so I was like, hey, I'm looking at your stories and I love the visuals. Like, you guys are giving fierce. You guys are giving power couple. Like, you guys are giving, I want my man to grab me like that. Like, whoa, the way you're looking at the camera, everything. And it's not fake. Right? These pictures of them, they're not performance. These people are like that. So I was like, hey, go live. The both of you go live on the couch. And like, it's almost like inviting people into your living room. And they started doing that. And I would give them feedback. I'm like, I love your live streams, because again, they're not performances. It's you and your husband. Just, you can tell that you guys love each other. Okay. You can tell that there's real love there. You can tell how you look at him when he talks. Like, every man wants their woman to look at them that way. And every woman wants a man to joke with her the way he jokes on you on camera. And you guys are just so comfortable and you're so open. Even your body language is so comfortable. And so many people are stuck in these marriages where they don't feel that way. They feel like they're living with roommates, or even worse, like strangers. There's no intimacy, not just like um, uh, physical bonding, sexual. And I'm talking about just intimacy. There's no inside jokes. There's no feeling comfortable being themselves around each other. And so I was like, this is really great. Continue to do that. And then I would look at her content, and her content was more of also, this is something new because they have a brick and mortar business. They run a totally different business, the both of them together, that has nothing to do with couples. So the whole coaching couples is a new endeavor, but it's almost like it comes natural to them because in their other business that they own, couples are always coming to them and asking for advice. So it wasn't like a totally new thing that they were just making up. And so but it is a new thing that they are promoting in the online space or as part of their brand. So I was like, hey, I'm looking at your posts because it was attracting women who were messaging her in the DMs, and they were saying things like, I'd love to do this, but I don't think that my husband is going to be on board. Can you tell me ways that I can talk to him so that he can come to the call? And I kept telling my client, these are not the kind of people that you want. If these people are beyond being able to persuade, if one spouse, either one, has no power of persuasion over the other one, if the one person cannot get another one to do anything, to me, those are not the kind of people that they needed to be working with, because those people are a heavy lift. Those people are probably on the brink of divorce, if not already talking divorce to each other, and have already said the word. And I'm going to share this with you here. I remember when I got divorced, my lawyer said to me, I went there once, and then I went back to her months later, because the first time that I went there, she was like, so, what's going on? And da 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 da, boom, 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 boom. And I said, yeah, whatever, divorce. And she said, have you actually said the word divorce to him when you guys are talking? And I said, yes, I have said the word divorce. And she said, well, as a family lawyer, I can tell you that anytime you mention the word divorce, if it's already been said in the marriage, it's like the nail in the coffin. Like, it will happen. You will be sitting in that chair across from me soon. And she was right. So anyway, so I said to my client, if these women are messaging you saying, can you tell me something to tell my husband so I can get him to come to these calls? These are not the right type of clients that you want. And I said, and you're attracting them. So she was getting a lot of traction inside of Messenger, but it was with these women who wanted coaching on, how can I get my husband to come to the call? And so I said, there's something in the way that you're writing your content. Your messaging is attracting these type of people. So they had a sales call, which went fantastic. And at the end of the call, one of the spouses, the husband, was ready to move forward. But the spouse, she was the one who wanted the call, now that the husband was fully sold and ready to pay for the coaching. And men, they don't like bills. So this man was ready to pay in full with the credit card. And then the wife paused, and she totally sabotaged the sale. She was like, no, well, he always does this. And she started behaviors that are blaming, behaviors that are emasculating. And I know this because these are my clients. So they shared this with me. And I said, whoa, that woman never really wanted this to work. She was probably appeasing the husband. But when she saw that the husband is ready to invest in this relationship working, he's ready to put his money where his mouth is. Like, there's love. He does not want this divorce, and he was ready to pay. But then she came up with reasons why not to make the move. And I said, that's not really the type of people that you want. Like, she emasculated him in front of you guys. She took away his power in front of you guys. She made up excuses in front of you guys. And I said, and she sabotaged the sale, because a part of her knows, wow, he really wants to put money behind this. And this woman has already made the decision that she doesn't want this to work, period. So she's like, if I let my man pay all this money for this coaching, and I already don't want this is not going to work. So she had to sabotage the sale. So we had a conversation, my clients and I, about that. And I said, let's look at your messaging. You are attracting these people. We need to speak to the aspirational identity. We're not looking for couples that need saving. We don't save anyone. If somebody needs saving, they're probably beyond saving. We are not therapists and we are not divorce lawyers. So you want couples that realize something is not right here and we love each other and we want this to work. And they've probably tried therapy and they've probably tried going to church and getting the pastor to pray over them. And this couple is an active wanting to fix the thing, because coaching is not like therapy where you go and you feel vindicated. Like the therapist says, well, Linda, he's got a point. Have you listened to that? And then I'm like, well, I did not know that. And then the spouse is like, yeah, I'm so glad the therapist agrees with me because I've been telling you that. That's what therapy does. Couples go to therapy and they leave arguing. But when you go to coaching, there's a whole lot of inner work. Like, we are not going to come here and take notes. And this is not the finger pointing game where you're awful and who's the worst, right? There's a whole lot of radical ownership that needs to happen. And I was telling my client, you want the people that are in that place where they are willing to do it. Like, we want to make it work. We love our children. We don't want our kids to grow up in a broken home and all these things, right? So then I was talking to her Saturday while I was driving to Austin and to see my son. And I tell her, you got to redo your messaging. And she asked me for clarification, and we had this conversation. Then boom, she starts to write posts that are fire, like fire. And I was like, damn, if I had a freaking relationship, I'd be like, I just want to be in this program just to make it bulletproof, right? Because part of the messaging of the program is weaponize your marriage. That thing sounds fire. When Linda is your coach, you will get the right words to describe your program. So anyway, they attract this amazing couple and they come to the call. But here's what happened when they got on the sales call. The internet connection didn't work right. The camera wouldn't turn on. They had to switch from the computer to the husband's phone. My clients, like, everything that could go wrong to get on this sales call went wrong. And it didn't matter because the positioning and the marketing and the messaging online was on point. And because it was on point, these people had sold themselves. They were pre-sold. When you do this thing right, people are pre-sold. They're like, here's my credit card. How can I slap you with it? Right? Which is why I don't like doing things personally, Linda. People tell me all the time, because I help my clients land corporate contracts and get like 6-figure deals. I don't like dealing with corporations because I like the quick results. I don't need for you to get off this call and then talk to the legal department. And then the legal department has to talk to HR. And then HR has to talk to logistics and whatever. I don't like all that. Like, if you can't make a decision, let's not talk. Right. So anyway, the messaging was on point and people were sold. This couple was sold. So they came to the call and they didn't care that the camera didn't work, that the internet connection took a while, that they had to switch from the computer to the phone. They didn't care. They were ready to go. And today, my client sends me a cute screenshot of this couple already engaging in playful communication and jokes. And I said, these people are showing you every step of the way who your ideal clients are. And I was like, this is beautiful. There's love. These people do not want to get divorced. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be all flowers, but here's what happens when people pay you, whether you are a relationship coach, whatever type of consultant, or whatever type of specialty service that you deliver. It doesn't matter. It just so happens that my clients are relationship coaches. When your people pay you, when your client pays you, something happens. And I'm about to say some woo stuff. It's something happens in the energetic, something happens in the field. Like, You put your money down, and all of the forces, the angels, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, they say, oh, wait a minute. You're believing in yourself? Oh, wait a minute. You paid for this? I got you. We were just waiting for you to be all in. And then all of these things happen, and you say things like, we're in the zone. Because it's like you're always at the right place at the right time, and everything makes sense. And you watch a movie, and it just like blows you away because it's totally aligned with what your coach is doing. When you pay someone, breakthroughs happen before you even have your first session. And this is what happened to my clients. They made the payment, and they haven't even had their first session, and they are flirting with each other. They are sending each other playful texts. And that is how this works. But the reason that she stopped attracting all the wrong type of women in her messenger that were like, I need to convince my husband to get on this call. Can you tell me how? Can you tell me how I can talk to him? Girl, I cannot teach you how to talk to your man. Like, right? So I said, these are the wrong people, but it's because my client and her husband do not need to fake who they are. They are powerful entrepreneurs who already run another brick and mortar. And they have a healthy marriage. They take couples pictures together way before, because this is how they market their other business, way before they decided that they wanted to do a coaching program for couples. They embody the results that the other couples want. It's not fake. So whenever you're hearing, if you're watching, you're probably a consultant or a specific expert service provider, right? And you're like, I'm tired of hearing people on the internet tell me that I have to embody. Embodying is not acting. Embodying is not performing. You can't be what you're not. This is why like you attract who you are, not who you want, because you can't be something that you're not. So whenever you're trying to make decisions from your future self, whenever you're trying to embody the next version of you, whatever that is, for some people is the thin version of themselves. For some people it's the multiple six-figure version of themselves. For some people it is the seven-figure version of themselves. For some people it is the multiple eight-figure version of themselves. For some people it is like the CEO with major global deals, like whatever it is. For some people it is their married version of themselves because they want nothing more but to be married. For some people it is the motherhood version of themselves because they want nothing more than to have a baby. So whatever service, expert service you provide, you must embody the result that your clients want, because it's not about money. I've had many people work with me who make more money than I make. It's not that I know less. It's not, well, if you don't make what I make, I can't do business with you. That's not it. But the internet has you believe in that shit. It's about, do you embody the expertise and the results that you say? Like a seven-figure business might need your Facebook ads agency, and you're not yet making seven figures, but you help seven-figure businesses like build their pipelines. Maybe it's a company, right? A company that has a brand new um, uh, gadget, whether it's a new type of digital camera or a new type of drone or whatever, and they have like they are hiring your company, your ads agency to do business, to bring leads to them, and they end up having a seven-figure launch, and you're still trying to. It's not about you've got to make the same amount of money that your clients make. It's you have to embody. Sorry, a little piece of hair was bothering me right there. You have to embody the results that they want. And oh, sorry, this I've lost weight, so this blouse keeps creeping up on me. So if you don't embody the results because your clients get different results across the board, then you must have a client testimonial page. It's called your proof of work page, proof of concept. People must go somewhere to see that you are who you say you are. I love Lupe Fiasco's song. If you are what you think. Anyway, um, so that's what it means. When you embody the results that your clients want, then you literally, I hate to say these words because they're overused and played out online, but you literally attract your people effortlessly, 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 because then you just write, your content comes from passion. So you can't fake passion, can't fake being into it. You're into it or you're not. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Let me know if you had any questions. I saw that some people were jumping on and hopping off. If you got any questions, any comments, let me know. And if you don't, I love you. Thanks for being here. If you desire to do business your way, from your passion, embodying all of you, all aspects of you, not just the performance aspects, not the ones that, the world told you to, or dressing like your mom. Oh my God. I was just about to hop off this live stream. But last night, inside of the power table, it's only women. So we go live in there, and we sometimes we share breakthroughs, and sometimes we share breakdowns, and sometimes we share nothing about business. We're just being girls. So one of my clients goes live in the group last night, like late last night, because she's 2 hours behind. So, and I'm a night owl, so it's like super late, and I'm watching the live stream, and she's in her bra, and she's like, "Let me show you guys. I'm cleaning out my closet, and Linda said these things to me," which I wrote a post about it today. And she was like, "Stop dressing like." You look like a mom, and I know that you're a mom, but you're not marketing to moms. And so you're looking like you're going to church, and what is this? And so she was like, I started looking at my closet, and I saw all these clothes that are on hangers that my mom bought me. Now, this woman is in her late 40s, so her mom is in her 60s. And she's like, "Look at this, all the way to the neck. Look at this, these long sleeves. Look at these long things that you tie around your neck. What in the extreme modesty is this?" It is not about being dishonest or not modest. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, if it's showing the shoulders, if it's showing neck, I love it. Right. So I love this. I'm a very modest woman. You probably are not going to see me all the time with some cleavage, but I'm not scared of my cleavage. I am a woman. Did you not get the message? And so she was like, "Oh my God." And Linda's voice is always in my head now. So I looked at all these clothes and I was like, "What am I doing?" Linda, you're right. So she went live in the power table room, and she shared with us how she was cleaning out her closet, and we had a great time. So if you're looking to unleash all of you inside the power table, I coach the entire woman. Okay, currently we are doing a deep focus on sales dominatrix, the power and the seduction of sales. Okay, it's like, it's crazy. And as I'm teaching it, I'm coming up with extra bonus modules. Like, I've already got an extra bonus module lined up with body language and silent cues that people miss, specifically women, in sales. Like, cues from books that I've read, from written by FBI negotiators, and uh, uh, homicide detectives, and kinesthetic interview skills, like true how to tell when people are lying, and how to tell what someone's desire and motive is just by how many times they're blinking blink rate, and other cues that you don't see. People flenching their lips like this, or fidgeting with their hands, or even rubbing their thighs like this. You could be on a Zoom call, you're not really seeing their thighs, but if you see someone's arms doing this, you know that they're doing a self-soothing behavior. And what does that mean? And so when I teach my clients to take a look at all these things that are happening, whether it's an in-person sale or a sale over the phone, you can tell by people's voice inflections, tonality, pauses, if there's hesitation, if they're excited. And then instead of noticing the pause, or noticing the inflection, or noticing the body language and getting like freaked out about it, I teach my clients, we don't address the elephant in the room, we ride the elephant in the room. So we lean into that. We ask more questions. We ask the questions. Okay? We don't allow. Anyway, I'm not going to teach you. I'm not going to teach you what we're doing inside of the sales dominatrix. You must be inside of the power table to get this. And so if you're a member of the power table, then you get everything that I'm launching this year because I'm literally building out my body of work with the most amazing clients. And I'm going to stop right here because I was about to go into a deeper thing, and maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. But I am loving everything that's unfolding this year, and how I'm leading by example, because I always am. I'm very transparent with that, and it's giving my clients permission to do the same. And so if you want that for your business, if you're a woman in business and you're like, I've been writing these damn posts, I've been showing up online, nobody's sliding in my messenger, it's not turning into sales. I can promise you, if you've been showing up online, writing content, and it's not turning into sales, that you have zero passion behind the thing that you're so good at, because you're just beat up. And that's no way to make money. And I'm telling you, I don't run ads, nor do I have landing pages or a website. I'm the website. I'm the landing page. I'm the offer. You want me? Talk to me. Right? I don't have all these hoops that people jump through. One of my clients was like this morning, "Hey, Linda, I'm trying to create a link for payment on Stripe. Do you send the clients the sign up link and the confirmation email?" You ain't getting no confirmation email from me. I am the fastest path to a result. I have always been that, and I love that about me. So I'm like, no, just put the link inside of the confirmation page that Stripe sends. Hello. So, and that's free. Anyway, so if you are wanting to lead a movement, because see, when you look like everyone else, when you sound like everyone else, you're just another coach. But if you put all of you, okay, I am sassy, I am playful, I'm flirtatious, I love being a woman, I like expensive shit, I like high caliber people around me and great conversations. And I also like to go to the little mom and pop restaurant in the hood. That's real good. And, like, unleash and release all aspects of you. If you want to lead a movement, the movement is going to bring you the impact, and that impact is going to create money for you. But a movement cannot be led if there's no culture, and the person that creates the culture is you. There is no book on how to develop a culture. I mean, there are books on that, and there are consultants for that. But you are the culture. You are the movement. You are the offer. You are the sales page. You. And when you look like everyone else, you might be really great at what you do, but that thing is giving SPE. And that's an acronym for a phrase that we use inside of the power table. We don't do soft penis energy, honey. That's soft penis energy. We don't do that. Like, what can you do with a soft penis? Nothing. So if you are looking, and if you're looking to have amazing results in your business, and you want 2025 to be the biggest year and the craziest, most ridiculous change in your life and your business, then slide in my DM. It goes down in the DMs with me if it's business. And let's talk. Okay. I love you. Thank you for being here. And I will catch you tomorrow.